And then came the 9 o'clock hour, and we had Gunther and his Imperium forces in the ring, and he cut the promo on beating Jey Uso last week, and he's such a condescending kind of heel. Nobody's perfect, but I am very close. Did you notice when he addressed his future, when who will I face at WrestleMania? He said some names. He said Sami Zayn, and it was kind of a small pop. He said Chad Gable, and it got a bigger pop than Sami Zayn. Sami has cooled off considerably. Then he said Miz, which got the same kind of pop as Gable. And then he said R-Truth, and that got the biggest pop because I guess everybody's like you. They're just tickled by him. He does do stupid well. But anyway.
Although I think Gable was a genuine pop. I think R-Truth was more.
It was more the ironic pop.
Yeah,
let's make this whole thing a fucking joke.
Yeah, what if he says, the ring announcer? I think that's more what that was.
Yeah.
But Gable, I think people have taken the Gable, and he's been treated more seriously.
Well, and remember, they had actually a couple of good ones.
Yeah.
So, but the point is, he mentions all those names. Of them, Sami Zayn got the smallest pop. 1 year ago, he's in the main event in his hometown for the title. Just a thought. Anyway, so then the Judgment Day music plays, and here comes Priest and the guys. Rhea was not there. And this pains me. And I mean, all is not lost, but Priest, we were a fan. We saw him win it in NXT before he came up, right? He's got a great voice. He's got size. He works hard. There's some things about his work. He's not going to go down in history as the second coming of, Terry Funk or Jack Briscoe. But the problem, I think, now is that he always works hard. You can tell he wants to get over. He's got a lot of the tools. I think either he's not gotten any more confidence speaking, or he's lost some that he had. Because remember, you said here a week or so ago, I said, what happened to fucking the Judgment Day are supposed to be the top guys? All of a sudden, a bunch of people shot past him. Finn's got a ceiling at this point. JD may live in a fucking.
He's good.
He's
good. When Gunther was talking about them and challenging them each individually or saying something, and then he said the big-headed one.
Yeah, the guy with the big head. But no, seriously, what I'm talking about, I'm being serious. JD, his ceiling may be at a one-level ranch house. Finn's probably at his ceiling now. Dominic is, got a bright future, but Priest would be the one you would think would be a main event singles level guy first out of this group. And he needs more menace, not only verbally, but in his body language. And when he's confronting somebody, he needs more menace and conviction in what he's saying. His facials he needs to sound and look more genuinely aggressive. And, I could see a guy that looks like that almost having that fucking David Schultz thing, which was a shoot, not something that he was a work with him. You saw it right before he slapped the shit out of John Stossel, where not only do you see it on his face and he's shifting a little bit back and forth, but he's got the bottom of his T-shirt. Remember that? He's wringing his T-shirt in his hands like he can't wait to fucking slap somebody. Priest doesn't sound like he's confident. Does he realize they've cooled off? And he sounds like he's trying to talk himself into it, as the boys used to say when I got into business. Did you get that, or am I just trying to pay too much attention?
He went from always sounding strong to those backstage segments where all of a sudden it would go from, yo, Dominic, Rhea, hey, R-Truth, I like you. Hey, you're okay. You're like, no one wanted that. No one wanted the drama with them backstage. They were great until that.
But now he's
started cooling off the Judgment Day, was the backstage drama segments.
But he's face to face with Gunther, and he's meek. He's meeker than he should be. He's saying the right things, but it don't sound like he believes them to me. I think he needs more presence, more menace. Can you imagine? Go back and think of an Attitude Era promo would goddamn Austin have been up in fucking Gunther's shit?
Could someone be held back by either their gimmick or, more specifically in this case, the faction they're with, the gimmick they've had for a while? They need some kind of change just to bring a different energy out of them?
Hey, anytime I was out there, I don't care. When I was out there with the dynamic dudes, I still had energy, right? You know, they can't tell you not to have energy. Anyway, the point is, this was finally when Gunther was taunting him, Priest went to lift the case up and Dominic stopped him and started talking. And of course the people are booing and etc. But Dominic's the one, that title belongs to us. He wasn't making the challenge. It was us. And Gunther shoves Dominic and Priest goes for him, and the Judgment Day are holding Priest back. And the fans were with it. They wanted to see him fight, but they didn't fight. And that was it. I'm pulling for Priest, but he needs to. I mean, he's not going to be a screaming, malevolent fucking, psychopath, but he could have more Jake Roberts style aggression, low simmer in his day, not as he got into his drug days, but they were all drug days with Jake, but before it affected him, when he was really sinister, you could see Priest doing he didn't sound like he believed that he was going to kick anybody's ass.
No, this is the first time in a few years that he doesn't feel as effective as he did in NXT. It felt like in NXT he was used well and he showed a lot of personality. And then it took him a little bit of a while to get over the hump in WWE because he was presented as a babyface. And then the Judgment Day kind of gave him a break, especially when they got rid of, Adam Copeland. Once they got rid of him from that, it gave him a chance to really shine. It's taken a step backwards for the first time.
Yeah. But anyway,